right, everybody, I have another beautiful Impala here. This is a 65 Chevy Impala and it's absolutely brilliant. Again, show car material, honestly. We're here at Darryl Starbird's custom car and rod show. Love it, absolutely love it. But the man behind this is David.
Oh.
How are you?
Hello, pretty good.
This is an immaculate build, and I heard this is your first build.
Yes, it is.
And we are so lucky because this is the first show that the 65 has been in.
Really?
Well, that's what I was told by Barry. It's not?
I don't know. I was pushed into coming here.
You were pushed in. Well, he told me that this is the first show it's been in. So now, how long did it take you?
13 years.
13 years. And we can see from the pictures here that it was a full frame off restoration, of course. How did you come across the 65?
I was not looking for the model of car, but I was looking for the year.
Yeah.
Because 65 was the year I graduated from high school.
Okay.
Okay, and for 8 months, I didn't have to report to anybody, not my mom and dad. I didn't have a girlfriend or anything. And then I went to Vietnam and served 4 years of service. And
thank you for your service, sir.
And by that time, I had gotten married. From then on, I was always responsible for somebody.
Yes.
So this car represents my 8 months of freedom, total freedom, for my whole life of 75 years.
Oh, wow.
So, but then in the building of the car, my father got me involved in this back in '62.
Okay.
And I bought his car that he had modified a little bit. And when I kind of wrecked that car, but what I kept are 2 gauges that are already in the console of this car, so he writes.
Well, you better come and show me these.
The 2 gauges are down there on the console.
Oh, wow. So that was from your father's car?
Yeah, it's just my father's gauges when he had them.
Wow. And what does it feel like for you to be driving, to have that as part of him with you? Sorry, Dave. I can stop if you want.
Here's my hero.
Yeah.
But I have other issues with Vietnam.
Yes.
So it takes a couple minutes.
No worries, you take your time. You know, that's the thing with these cars, everybody. The amount of years that it takes to build a project and the heart and dedication that goes into making a car look like this. It's not just a hobby. There's always such passion and value, sentimental value behind it. And I can see that, you know, David, in your eyes, that this means so much to you. And you've done that so well, so elegantly by putting the gauges there as well. So every time you're driving, you've got him right there with you. He taught you how to work with cars?
Pardon?
Did he teach you how to work with cars?
The story about that is he bought me my first car. It was a 55 Chevy. I came home for my birthday because I borrowed his car and I raised the garage door up. And here was this most ugly looking 55 Chevy I ever saw. And he says, go to the library, get the owner's manual from the General Motors, and you're going to rebuild this car yourself.
Wow.
And that's how I learned about cars.
He's a tough man.
Yes, he was. But although I have the gauges from my father in the trunk, there's something else too.
Well, I did film that. Please tell me, because I mean, I love what it says.
It's dedicated.
Land of the free, everybody, because of the brave.
It's dedicated to all the fallen soldiers that protects the democracy. And I've got this problem because I shipped off of Vietnam, USS Fortune.
Yeah.
And I luckily survived it physically, but you know.
Yeah. So I have a lot of respect for veterans because I love your beautiful country, and you know I call this home now. So I'm just, you know, thank you again, and it's because of you guys that America is what it is today, and the freedom that it is, and it's have people like me coming from overseas and wanting to call it home because of the freedom. So thank you to you.
It's great to have people like you coming here to live.
Yes. There's no other country like it in the world. I've said it before and I'll say it again. And you know, my fellow Aussies might see this, but it is why I'm here, everybody, as well as why I love these cars. Now, tell me about the rear transmission. You've done something back here.
The rear suspension.
The rear suspension, sorry.
Yes.
The rear suspension.
I took a book and read about rear geometry suspension, and I actually designed the suspension and built everything except for the housing. I modified the housing after I bought it.
Okay.
And it's all for a purpose. It's just not just thrown on to look pretty.
And what does it serve?
Well, you see the two chrome bars going across and the one vertical bar up and down. It's called impeller. And it locks the differential or the axle from going back and forth, because if you have a Panhard bar suspension like most cars, when the rear axle goes up and down, it goes in an arc, side to side, and it doesn't stay true. And this keeps the car from moving funny.
Oh, I hope they don't put that on that loud. Okay, so this stops the car from, I guess, jiggling? Jiggling was the word?
It could almost say that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that it eliminates side-to-side motion of the axle when it's going up and down.
Gives you a smoother ride?
No, it's more controlled ride.
Controlled ride. Okay.
So but if you notice, the tires are extremely close to the fenders.
Let's go around here.
I could barely get my finger in there. The Panhard bar, this tire would move and it would hit the sides of it.
It looks amazing. I do like it like this, but wow, that is very close. So what would happen when the wheel turns?
Nothing. With that suspension, the car can go up and down, and with the tires moving straight up and down.
Is it on air rides?
No.
Okay.
But it's all controlled by that Watts linkage. And you almost have to have it on a piece of paper and show how it's done. But
and what gave you that idea to do that?
It's a racing thing. It's
okay.
You learn when you do the last research and learning and stuff like that. You understand what each part does. And so this car, my engine builder says, what is the purpose of this car? And I gave him parameters. And one of the major things was I wanted the car to go down a super highway, and if a Ferrari pulls up, to run, I'll run. I don't have to back off.
You won't back off.
It's got a 680 horsepower engine.
680 horsepower. Let's go and have a look at that block. 427 is it?
572.
572. Wow. Look at that. And what have you done to the top here?
This is called a Hogan Racing manifold. That engine builder had it on there. This is called ball milling. It's a fuel-injected engine. I had the injectors plated gold. I had this black rubber coupler gold-plated. Well, it's not a gold plating, but it's a coloring process to give a little bit of a contrast to all the chrome and the polished aluminum.
These are the air filters?
Those are the air filters. I had to have two because I know how much CFM the engine pulls. This pulls 200 cubic feet per minute, but these will only support 450 horsepower each. So I have to have two of them.
That's why you had to have two of them.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That makes sense. And what is the gauge here I'm looking at?
That's my fuel pressure.
That's the fuel pressure.
That's how you can set it and you know where it's at.
Because it's fuel injection.
Correct.
Okay. That makes sense, everybody. I am learning. I'm constantly learning. That's why I love coming to these shows. Absolutely immaculate what you've done here. So you've done all the welding. Is there anything you didn't do on this?
The quarter panels. Because I was almost done with the bodywork, and I had a bad accident on my left shoulder.
Yeah.
And it was 3/4 ripped off.
Oh wow.
And I have full motion. This is 5 years ago, but I can't lift the heavy weight up anymore. So I had the shop come in. They agreed to take it over and finish the sheet metal work on it. And that's the only thing they had to do. I did everything else. Built a special hood for it.
Tell me about the hood.
The hood is a brand new 65 Impala hood. I'll drop the hood down for a minute. So
and where did you get your brand new 65 hood?
From where?
Yeah.
Classic Industries. But that's what.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, let's close it now. Look at.
But the other hood was an aftermarket '69 Camaro Stinger hood, and I had to find out where the curvers were, and I cut the stinger off, the old one hood, cut a big hole in this brand new Impala, and I welded it all up.
Wow, I love what you've done here. It's just, wow.
And then the louvers on the top are fake. They were fake, but I turned into a functional piece of work.
Okay, now is there a class that you're in for competition today?
This was the Fine 9.
Fine 9.
Fine 9, yeah. That's,
Okay.
They picked, at the very beginning, they chose this time 15 cars to enter the Fine 9. Last night, they announced the 9 cars
Yep.
to go into competition, and Sunday night we find out who wins out of those 9 cars.
So out of the 9 cars, who are you in competition with? With the 61 Impala as well?
No.
No, okay.
You could tell by the placket that's on the side.
Okay.
You think it's over?
I better see this because this is my first time here, and it's always good to know what competitions they've got.
The cars that are in the Fine 9 have that. There's award this award
The 9,
here.
okay. Okay, well, I'll be on the lookout for that.
And last night's awards, since I don't know anything about competition or anything, that,
Yep.
was for me. So these represent the finest 9 cars today.
Wow. Well, this is, everybody, if I didn't mention it, the largest indoor show in the Midwest. Yeah.
And it's an invitation.
It's an
I was invited to show the car.
Wow. Well, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised at all. Beautiful build, David. I hope you do more. Do you think you'll be doing another one?
I don't know. I'm a little too old, I think, but
You'll be fine.
Thank you very
I
much.
appreciate this so much.